Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wanderers Football Park. It's round 13 of the NPL New South Wales women's competition, the final match of the first half of the season. Two teams come into this game in some poor form. The Wanderers have lost 5 games in a row. The Jets, 3 losses in a row for them. For the Jets, they've conceded 15 goals in their last 3 games. Serious issues at the back for them. And the bigger problem, they lost midweek against Sydney Olympic, a direct rival in that relegation dogfight that they find themselves in. Speaking to Jamie Dibb as well pre-game, he feels that a victory here would put his side in a good position where they can focus on developing and playing good football for the second half of the season, because they'll obviously create a large enough gap from the Jets and of course from Sydney Olympic, who currently sit bottom of the club championship. And here are the home side on an early attack, and Talia Yunus almost catching out the goalkeeper there. Same thing happened on Thursday night. Sydney Olympic almost scored after literally 10 seconds of play. The Wanderers almost doing the same. We'll go through the lineups in a moment. For the home side, in goals, number 20, Jasmine Silva. Number 2, Lauren Nada. Number 5, Chelsea Barton. Number 7, Alyssa McKenzie. Number 11, Miriam Zumaya. Number 14, Alvina Koshaba. And there's a ball into the box again, another testing ball. Number 16, Anika Stajcic. Number 18, Ava Da Costa. Number 19, Talia Yunus. Number 31, Amelia Bennett. And number 33, Amy Barker. For the visiting side, number 3, Isabella Threlfo. Number 4, Sophie Howarth. Number 7, Kate Heap. Number 8, Emma Dundas. Number 9, Emma Bates. Number 10, Layla Sharp. Number 11, Nava Crofton. Number 12, Marnie Duggan. Number 19, Julianne Fox. And number 77, Annika Driscoll. Both these sides have also gone through significant change, losing a number of key players over the last few weeks. Some players leaving their A-League setup and moving on to other clubs. We know that the Wanderers lost Maya Lobo, Gemma Ferris, amongst a whole host of names. Hasn't been plain sailing either for the visitors here, losing a number of key players themselves. And here go the Wanderers again. Stajcic now getting on the end of this one. Crossing into the area. Ball falls almost perfectly for McKenzie. Stajcic again, back out to McKenzie. Cross comes in. Not the best ball into the box though. Koshaba. Gloves are out. Not sure why. Bennett finds the feet of the referee. Not the pass she was after. Here's Koshaba. Wide for Zumaya. Now Yunus. Wanderers will be glad to have her on the park. Ball into the box is a great one. Off the post there. I think that would have come off Stajcic last. That chance still there. Managed to just get away. The Jets, again, under some early pressure here. Looks like it may be a long night for the Newcastle Jets. Koshaba trying to intercept there, but Driscoll did well and got a bit of pace as Driscoll. She can find the space to run into. Could be a danger for the home side. Overlapping run from Heap. Forward pass for Driscoll. Closed down by Zumaya. No one at the far post. A late arrival there is Fox, but doesn't get to that ball first. Be a Wanderers throw. 7-0. The Jets lost on Thursday night. They were 4-0 down after 30 minutes of play. Conceded 4 goals in both previous games as well. So 15 in their last 3. But before that, a couple of victories to write home about. And they beat the league-leading Mount Druitt Town Rangers 5-2. An impressive victory. But since then, things have really gone south for them. They managed to come away with a 4-3 win against Apia before that Mount Druitt game. And things were looking very, very good for the Jets at that point, but since then it's been pretty difficult. Ball back here. Eunice was the target, cleared away. Free kick goes the way of the visitors. It wasn't the 10 yards there. I'm surprised play wasn't brought back, and the Jets won't be happy if Zumaya can find the back of the net here. Zumaya comfortably puts it away, and the Jets are going to be absolutely livid there. Unhappy first off that, not sure who it was, wasn't 10 yards away. Free kick was taken quickly, and I think it was played at as well. The Wanderers didn't really care though, they kept going, and Miriam Zumaya, to be honest, looked a little too comfortable there. I thought she may have missed the chance, but in the end did enough to beat the keeper and put the Wanderers in front. Been impressive this year has Miriam Zumaya. Need to work on her public speaking skills, but still been an excellent addition on the park. Scored some fabulous goals this year. Adds another one to her collection. Shot taken there. Comfortably gathered by Silva. Barton plays it wide. Coughed up possession. The home team. Nice footwork. Howarth. Good pass. He's Bates now. Loses out to Eunice, who loses the ball in turn. That's Duggan. Wide for Driscoll. It's the area Driscoll wants. Space behind Koshaba, but straight away Eunice there to help out Koshaba and wins the ball back. Barker, ball over the top. Something to chase here for Mackenzie. Statrich might sneak in here. She does. Statrich has a go toward the far post, just wide. As I said, the Wanderers with 5 straight losses, looking to snap that poor run of form. On track to do so already. Inside the first 10 minutes have really put the Jets under immense pressure. Round 13 kicked off yesterday, and Mount Druitt defeated NWS Spirit by 2-0 at Christie Park. Lena Karma scored inside 60 seconds, and Adelaide Rosinski made it 2 midway through the first half, and that was enough for Ben Goff's team to register a victory when many thought that Spirit may have their number. In the end, they remain on top of the competition ladder. Earlier today, Bulls and Apia shared the spoils in a 1-1 draw. And we'll get to the other games in a moment. Kashaba delivers this free kick in. Goes direct toward goal. Well held by the keeper. And Driscoll has a bit of space here. Ball comes out now. Stayed onside. Driscoll goes one-on-one into the area. Still Driscoll all on her own, just wide of the post. Great work there from Annika Driscoll. The Jets' first chance of the match goes the way of their number 77. Put it just wide of the far post. Stajcic. Look how many numbers they get forward, the Wanderers. Barker trying to chase this one down. Picked up by Sharp. Back for Heap. Here's Howarth now. Diagonal pass, but only as far as Nada. Jets looking to build from the back now. Good pass in to Crofton, who couldn't quite control it. They've given it away there. Poor pass. Dundas does great there. Into the box. Chance still there. A snapshot. The Wanderers. Little lackadaisical there defensively, almost allowing the Jets in. That's the problem in these sorts of games. You feel you've got full control. You go to sleep for a moment and your opponent can punish you, as the Jets almost did there. Through the legs there. Nice little nutmegs by Bennett. Kashaba for Yunus. Bennett again. This time too much on the pass for Mackenzie. Found the back of the assistant referee on the far side. Throw in to the Jets. In the other games this evening, the Stingrays and the Ravens currently 0-0 after 35 minutes of play there. Started about half an hour before this one. MacArthur Rams and Sydney Olympic already 2 goals inside the first 6 minutes. It's 1-1. That's an exciting game there. Manly and Sydney Uni also a draw for now, 0-0. Good chance, just went the way of Manly. Plays that one over the bar. Competition really up for grabs for anyone. Mount Druitt currently leading the league looking comfortable. Only one loss for the Rangers. A surprising one against the Newcastle Jets. A heavy 5-2 defeat. But then those places in behind, all the way down to 8th. RPA, NSW, the Bulls, Manly, all hoping to find their way into the top 4 as Mackenzie's given one to chase here. Keepers come out. Last touch there off the Jets. It'll be a corner for the home side. Good opportunity for Alyssa Mackenzie. Wanderers have a corner now as they look to double their advantage. Expect goals in this one. Both teams concede and score. Taken from distance there. What a save from Birchie. Tips it wide. Zumaya let fly with the left foot. Lethal left foot. Miriam Zumaya possesses the keeper up to the task. Did very, very well to tip that one wide. Next corner comes in toward the far post. Bennett heads it back across goal. Danger still not averted by the Jets. And now Driscoll anywhere will do and clears it out for another corner. Real pressure on the Jets. And I want to try and stay in this game for as long as possible. Again, testing the keeper, but well held. A whole bunch of players did well to come up and gather that ball. And giving it away again in midfield, have the visitors, but the Wanderers return the favour. Here's Driscoll now. Playing it forward, but nobody making the forward run. A tough pass from Annika Driscoll. Nada all the way back to Silva and picks it up again. Come out to the left side now. Barton. Good pass central there for Bennett, but just a little too far in front. It's the right idea. Execution just a little bit off. Forward run coming from both Eunice and Statrich, but the pass from Kershaba had a little bit too much juice on it. Bennett picks it up. Zumaya wants it played in front. Still Bennett. Now Zumaya gets it. One-on-one. Great feet from Zumaya. Cross goal. Saved by the keeper. The rebound falls the way now of Barker. Cross in toward the far post. Keeper spills it. Zumaya taps it home. Has her second. And the Wanderers double their advantage. Not really any complaints from Ali Birchie in the Jets' goal. And again, the Wanderers able to find the back of the net. Who else but Miriam Zumaya? I asked her pre-game as she prepped herself for a post-match interview. Nah, bro, not me, was the response. In typical Zumaya fashion. The way she's going, though, the microphone may be headed her way. And after 18 minutes, the Wanderers in complete control here. Can the Jets get themselves back in the game? Well defended from Nada, but I thought Dundas had done well there, but the referee says high foot. Keeper comes out and gathers that loose ball for the Jets. Birchie plays the ball forward to Driscoll. Heap back for Driscoll. Again, no options though. And the Jets cough up possession. And they've lost it there. Bennett. Chance here for the Jets now. Just wide of the target. And Madundas should have hit the goal frame at least. And forced Silver into a save. Giving it away again. The Wanderers, not the first time. Here's Driscoll. Howarth. Howarth plays it wide. Ball over the top. Finds Heap. Runs at Zumaya. Zumaya forces her back. Good defending from Miriam Zumaya. Here's Driscoll. Force back again. The Wanderers really defending well now. Trying to force Yera. Barker goes down and wins the free kick. Kushaba. I thought she played it short. Situation last week in the Stingrays Arpia game where we had something similar happen. The only difference was that was inside the area. The same result as what we had there. Barton can't find Bennett. Now Bates can't find the pass either. Lots of loose passes in the first half of this first half of football here at Wanderers Football Park. Wanderers, though, despite that, have definitely been the better side. That's why they lead by 2-0. Here's Kushaba. To Costa for Barton. Spreading it from left to right now, the home team. Barker, the target there. Found by Nada. Turns, has a look inside the area. Sees a few options, but finds Crofton instead. And now perhaps the Jets can try and break the other way. Here's Driscoll. Again, not many options ahead of her. Tried to find Crofton square. Luckily for her, Bates was there to pick up the loose ball. Howarth, square pass for Threlfo. Flag raised here on the near side. Referee hasn't noticed yet. Kashaba. Back to Da Costa. Win here for the Wanderers. And keep their finals hopes alive. They are slim. Currently sit 9 points behind 4th place. That will be cut because Spirit lost yesterday afternoon. If they can obviously win this game, still a long way to go in this one, but as things stand and the way things are looking so far, and Eunice now on a run, slipping in, Stajcic, Annika Stajcic, oh, it's off the post. She's gone with the wrong foot there as well. Needed to place it by the keeper. In the end, she'll be very disappointed with herself, and I think Dad Allen in the stands will have a bit to say after that one. Should have made it 3-0, Annika Stajcic. Great work by Eunice to be aware to slip in the striker. Great challenge there by Dundas as the Jets come away with it now. Combining there with Duggan. But across came Bennett to thwart the danger. And now the Wanderers can break. It's a very open game at the moment. Zumaya taking it forward. Eunice in support. Wants it played in front and just a little too far. Threlfo across to clear the danger away. Mackenzie cuts it back to Stajcic, and a bit of pinball there between the feet. Couldn't bring the ball under control. Again, the Jets survive another chance. Tying up the boots, Annika Stajcic. That could have been the issue. Cross comes in, nobody really in the area, well held by Birchie. Uni currently leading against Manly by 1-0. Big one, that one for Uni, if they can pull a result off. 3-1 Sydney Olympic lead against the Macarthur Rams. Lots of goals there. Could be 4. Still stays 3-1 in that game. Sydney Olympic are really picking up some form. They've made a number of intriguing signings as they look to dash out of that relegation zone. Stingrays and the Ravens currently 0-0. Half time in that one. Earlier today, Apia shared the spoils away to the Inform Bulls FC Academy. Bennett, nice turn to get away from the defender. Now space here for Eunice, and if you're a defender and you've got Talia Eunice running at you one-on-one, probably one of the things you don't want happening. Here's Mackenzie getting down to the byline, cutting the ball back, has her cross blocked. Bennett, back for Barker. Into the feet of Eunice. Oh, how about that for a back heel? And Barker into the goalkeeper's hands. Nice play by the Wanderers, and Talia Eunice, a bag full of tricks. Such an exciting player to watch. Kashaba's pass couldn't find Zumaya. Shot from distance, and again, Birchie holds. Square pass from Yunus. Now Bennett. Slip over there. Bambi styles from Barker. And Yunus from distance. Didn't quite get over the boy she would have liked there. Over the bar. Stapich closes down, but still, Jets survive the pressure. Koshaba brings it down, back for Barton. Here's Nada, cuts it back for McKenzie. McKenzie crosses in on Yunus, tried the spectacular. Stapich calling for a handball, but referee says no. That would have been something special. Growing used to those. I must practice those in the Yunus household. The old bicycle kick. Remember, Marcus scored one. I think it was last season, a very special one. In fact, I think he got two over the last 2 years. Talia showing that she can do the same. Goes down there after the challenge from Dundas. Ball stuck on the opposite side of the field, unable to get it out of that part of the pitch at the moment, both teams. Back to Silva now. Da Costa. Kushaba. Early pass for Zumaya. Cross came Crofton. And Da Costa, good defending. Stepped in there and Layla Sharp. And McKenzie brought down, no foul. Play on is the call. Barker couldn't get there. It's a good opportunity for the Wanderers. Space had opened up. Here's Barton into the feet of Bennett. Koshaba. Back for Da Costa. Now Barton again. Feeds in Barker. If things stay as they are, the gap will get ever smaller between the Jets and Olympic on that club championship. The Jets lost the under-23s game prior to this one, 3-0. Results haven't filtered through, but even though we're at the halfway mark, it is a scary time for both teams. They're considerably away from the competition. The Rams aren't too far away either, but you feel as though the Rams should have enough. And Olympics given Everyone else, such a big head start. They only won their first game on Thursday night against the Jets. It was their first win of the season. But such an important one as well. With Uni seemingly pulling out of their ruts, getting away from the danger zone, you feel as though it will be between the Jets and Olympic, and perhaps the Rams if they can't turn results around themselves. But definitely the Jets and Olympic, the two in most danger. Here's Bates under pressure, gets the ball away to Sharp. Tough pass, and Mackenzie almost getting on the wrong side of Howarth. The Jets keeping possession here, but you feel as though they're one touch away from losing the ball. And there it is there. Here's Eunice. Twists and turns, looking for options. Combining now with Zumaya. Cross goal, dangerous ball. Threlfo clears away. Cross comes into the far post now. Header in. Good pass back to Eunice. Eunice 1-on-1. Out to Zumaya. Eunice back into the danger area. And shot there from Bennett over the bar. Cleared forward now, only as far as Nada. He's Stajcic. Free kick goes the way of the Wanderers. Stajcic fouled. Inside the final 10 minutes of the first half. Can the Wanderers extend their advantage to 3? And the free kick comes in. Dangerous ball. Somehow stays out. I think Birchie may have got a touch on that, and Bennett will take the corner. I think it was Kushaba with the free kick. Cause real problems in the area. For the Jets, they'll go short here. Here's Bennett, gets beyond Driscoll. Still Bennett, low shot, comes back to her again. Eunice now tried to do a rainbow flick. Funny enough, my son asked me yesterday during the A-League Grand Final, when was someone going to do a rainbow flick? I said they don't generally happen during a football match, and I would have looked a bit red-faced there had Talia pulled that one off. Thankfully she didn't. I can tell my son there for the training pitch, not for match day. Here is Eunice though. Such an exciting footballer is Talia Eunice. Stajcic had the space to turn. No one followed her in a Jets jersey. Here she is now. Gets it back out to Zumaya, and Zumaya's last touch let her down. Did well to get away from 2. Da Costa. Back for Silva. Chasing on her own is Layla Sharp. Mackenzie comes away with the ball. Not only for a moment, though. Goes down. No foul. Barker battling away with Crofton. Ball ends up with Bates. He's sharp now. Duggan. Dundas. Heap wants it, but it was a wrong pass there. There were more options wide right. Dundas tried to fix it. Strong challenge with Bennett, who goes down and wins the free kick. Taken quickly. Zulmaya the target. Heap did well. Zulmaya comes away with it. Left it for Kashaba, but Heap read it. Gave it straight back to the home side, though. Now Nada. Barker. Yunus. Thought about the pass, but went for the shot. Was blocked quickly. Yunus gets it back again. Nice turn. Spreads the ball left for Kushaba. Left back getting forward now. Great ball in the box. Headed away by Crofton. Danger still not averted again for the Jets. Here's Bennett. Turns away from a couple white jerseys. Da Costa back for Barton. Tough pass for Kashaba. Jets ball. Pass is off from Crofton. And I watched the Jets a couple of weeks ago against RPR, and even though, well, that first half, I should say, was probably the best half of football I've seen this season. Obviously, the first 5 minutes of the second half was not the football that the Jets wanted to see, but they came back to finish off that last 40 minutes of that game. It just seemed as though they had a little bit more energy, a little bit more confidence than what they have now. I said prior to this game they'd conceded 15 in their last 3 games. They've conceded another 2 already inside this first half. $17 goals in 4 games, and there's still more than 45 minutes left in this one. Here's Stajcic. Nada. I'm talking about goals conceded last year. They had a major problem defensively, and it looks as though they haven't fixed those issues in 2025, but the problem is the Jets can be relegated this year, and there's still a long way to go in this season. But when you're conceding goals this much, it really does start to become a real big problem, as Yunus there pinches the ball from Heap. Got a bit too tricky, almost lost out. Now Zulmaya for Bennett, has a look up, thinks about the shot, goes for it, but sends it wide of the target. Again, playing with danger, the Jets. Crofton, closed down by Mackenzie. Gets the ball back. Here's Bennett again, has a look again. This time plays the ball into the feet of Stajcic. Back to Bennett. Good touch there, just over the bar. Amelia Bennett not afraid to shoot on that occasion. Just got under the ball a little too much. You sort of feel you need to hit the target from that sort of range. Read by Kashaba. Zulmaya couldn't find Yunus. One to chase here for Sharp. And I thought Layla Sharp did well. I thought she was ahead of Da Costa there, which would have put the central defender in a bit of an issue. But she recovered well, did Ava Da Costa. Ball played out by Nada. He's done this. Forward for Sharp. Flag raised again though. Just having a look at this Olympic team. I mean, they put 7 past the Jets on Thursday night. They've scored 3 against the Rams and are leading 3-1, but knowing that they still have at least 4 A-League players to be added to their side, the only players playing today are Alyssa Wynnum, Aideen Keane and Sarah Yadam of their new signings. There's still a whole heap of them to come in, and you've got to feel that Olympic side, finals football, I think would be silly to talk about, but for Olympic, the most important thing is that they stay in this top-tier competition. And with the quality that they'll have at their disposal with their squad, you feel as though they should be good enough to get the results they need. Crofton go from distance, and Silva dropped it. Quickly up, though, to pick up the loose ball. Here's Eunice driving forward, so much space. Picks out the pass to Zumaya. Combines with Stajcic, but it was played a little bit too far ahead of her. Howarth. Strong challenge there on Zumaya from Driscoll, and that'll be the last action of the first half, and it's the Western Sydney Wanderers that are comfortably ahead here. They lead by 2-0 against the Newcastle Jets. Miriam Zumaya with 2 goals. A brace for her already. Those chances at both ends. The Wanderers definitely had them all and the better opportunities. Annika Stajcic hitting the post, and Amelia Bennett with a few opportunities from distance. The Jets themselves had a few chances, but never really testing Jasmine Silva. At half-time here at Wanderers Football Park, it's the Western Sydney Wanderers 2, Newcastle Jets 0. dominant performance from the home team. They lead by 2-0. Miriam Zumaya with the brace in the first half. Here she is again, getting in the action nice and early. Heavy touch there takes her out of play. The Wanderers were the better side in the first 45 minutes. They created a number of opportunities and probably could have had a couple more goals. But in saying that, the Jets also had their chances, trying to capitalise on errors from the Wanderers' defensive line. Wanderers getting away with a couple. Barton. Square pass for Da Costa. Another giveaway in midfield, but Barton sweeps up and now goes for a darting run through midfield. How about that for a pass as well for Zumaya, but the skid of the turf just took the ball away. Zumaya keeps it though, gets down the line and has her cross blocked away. This game, one of 4, if my mathematics serves me correct, this evening. Yesterday, Mount Druitt came away with a big 2-0 win at Christie Park against the Northwest Sydney Spirit. Earlier today, Apia shared the spoils with Bulls FC Academy at Northbridge Oval. 1-1 in that one. Illawarra Stingrays and the Gladesville Ravens currently 0-0. Lots of goals in the first half at Linwood Park. It's MacArthur 2, Sydney Olympic 3. Sydney Uni also lead at the break against Manly United by 1-0. So, goals in all the games, bar one so far this evening. Ball given away there, McKenzie picks it up. Here's Barker. McKenzie wins the header again. Good challenge there from Crofton. And UNSW taking on Northern Tigers. I knew there was one game elsewhere. UNSW currently leading by 1-0. Nice turn there from Dundas, driving forward now. Challenge from Barton, ball falls the way of Fox. And her cross goes out over the byline. It'll be a goal kick for Selva. Nada, back to Barton. Square pass here for Da Costa. Intercepted here by Driscoll, but just lost her footing at the key point of that attack. And what a ball for McKenzie, but read by the Jets keeper, who comes and clears away. Poked forward by Bennett. Here's Stajcic, wearing the captain's armband. Cuts inside. Gets the ball to Barker. Out wide to McKenzie. Combining with Barker, but too much on that one. McKenzie can't keep it in. Under pressure again, the Jets, and just getting that ball out, but only as far as Zulmaya, who plays it back in towards Stajcic. Collision between Birchie and Stajcic. In the end, foul on the keeper. Free kick for the Jets. Kushaba back for Da Costa. And foul. And a yellow card for Chelsea Barton for the foul on Emma Dundas. I said in the first half, the Wanderers are making silly errors at the back, giving the Jets an opportunity. And now they get the chance from a set piece. And goals have come really quickly in the second half. That one from Dundas, though, just as we see that, he's well over the bar. The goals have come in quickly at the Village Green in the second half. The Northern Tigers equalised straight after half-time. And they held the lead for only a matter of moments. UNSW retaking the lead within 120 seconds of conceding. And it's now 2-1 for UNSW. As we've got a bit of a head knock here for Alyssa McKenzie. Could be her evening done. Don't see any claret. Back to her feet now. Should be okay to continue. Lisa McKenzie. Throw taken. Here's Barton. All the way back to Silva. Tough pass back and a slippery surface. Always difficult to bring those ones under control. Here's Bates. Nada. Back to Barton. Silva. That's a poor clearance straight to Crofton. Great turn from Sharp. Looks to lob the keeper. What a goal that could have been there from Layla Sharp. Such great poise to know where the keeper was standing. It would have been, in my eyes, one of the goals of the season had she been able to find the back of the net there. And again, though, it came from the Wanderers playing themselves into trouble. I said it in the first half, they created issues for themselves trying to play out of the back. Misplaced passes. Again there, Silva's clearance not the best. Straight into the feet of Crofton, and then Sharp's effort just over the bar. Nice turn there from Bennett in midfield. Spreading it wide for Koshaba. Manages to keep it in. Back for Zumaya. Beats one. Crosses it in toward Yunus. Falls for Stajcic, who couldn't turn quick enough. Now Dundas looking to counter. Great feet from Emma Dundas. Staying with her though is Nada. And now Eunice picks up the loose ball. Zumaya trying to play in. Stajcic almost found the pass. He's Howarth. Fox can't direct her pass toward a teammate. Here's Zumaya again. Back for Koshaba. Strong challenge. Bates comes away with the ball. Can the Jets find a goal? And the Wanderers have been in a similar position before. I think it was against UNSW here. The Wanderers were up by 3-1, and UNSW scored 2 late goals. Wanderers had somewhat gone to sleep, and the opposition took advantage. And it looks as though something similar is happening here again. The Wanderers really haven't come out in this second half, and it's the Jets now in control, but not where it counts on the scoreboard. Now, need to get a goal soon. We've already had 10 minutes in this second half. Fox as well, looking for Dundas, finds her, cuts inside. Well read there by DaCosta. And DaCosta's had a very good game. Trying to feed in McKenzie. Read by Howarth all the way back to Borchi. Howarth looking for options. Plays out to Fox. And Nada followed the run and intercepted the pass. Closed down. Much more energy from the visiting side in this second half. Driscoll battling away with Koshaba, and across comes Miriam Zumaya to help out. A Syrian connection on that left-hand side for the Wanderers as Eunice sprints forward. Gets the ball back again. Talia Eunice. Great goalkeeping from Borchi to get down and save that. It was a good attempt for the Wanderers. Good link up as well between Stajcic and Eunice. Koshaba. Zumaya. Throw in for the Jets. Here's Bates. Looks as though the Wanderers are starting to settle now in this second half. It's taken them almost 15 minutes, but the Jets really did come out much better in this second half. Threlfo under pressure from Stajcic. Last touch there coming off to Costa. Back for Silva. And the Wanderers really risking things here. Good press though, has to be said, from the Jets, but they've given it away now. Strong tackle there from Bates on Nada. Bennett trying to turn away from Bates. Da Costa. Ball given away again by the Wanderers. Eunice finds Barker. Eunice wanted the ball back. And they're just a lot better in midfield now. The Jets a lot more. It seems that they've got a lot more players in that area of the pitch. Like I said, just their energy and hunger to win the ball back. Far greater than the first 45 minutes. As you saw there, Crofton putting the body on the line. I said that compared to that RPA game that the Jets came away with a 4-3 win, there's a lot more energy in the air. Chance here for the Wanderers, but struck over the bar by Barker. Eunice goes down. Crofton comes away with it. Spreads it wide. Duggan into the feet of Dundas. Really scrappy here in midfield now. Dundas turns away. Looks for the switch. Plays the ball out wide, but Heap can't bring it under control. Skidded off the surface. He's a bit dewy out there now. Changes incoming. Zumaya will come out to the right as Alyssa McKenzie comes off. And Krista Oliva has come on. Played her football literally down the driveway here for the Blacktown Spartans last season. Now a Wanderer. Or a Wonder Woman. Zumaya combining with Nada. Outside of the foot, attempted pass for Staytrich. Wasn't a bad idea. Barker picks up the ball from Crofton. And now Oliva in the action with her first touch, looking for Staytrich. It wasn't a bad ball. It'll end up at the feet of Zumaya. Oh, and Miriam Zumaya stop it through the legs. Goes down as well. Wants a penalty. It doesn't come. That was some skill there from Zumaya. So quick and technical. Here's Nada. Barker closed down. Free kick goes the way of the Jets now. Tough position here. The Jets to play out of. Wanderers really trying to box him in. Nada and Dundas having a bit of afters. Barton gives the ball away again, straight into the feet of Crofton. Nice turn there from Sharp. Well recovered by Da Costa. Here's Crofton. Two quick-fire goals down the south coast as well. It's Illawarra 1, the Ravens 1. Some header as well by the Ravens. Make sure to check that out in the weekly highlights package. As Eunice now drives forward. Well, she'd given the ball away with that heavy touch, but keeps it and had a go there. Tried to catch out Borchi, but wins the corner. Oliva will take the corner. In fact, it'll be Koshaba. And Zulmaya didn't quite wrap her foot around the boy she would have liked there. Well off target. The Jets are rushing to get the game back underway as soon as possible. Time's running out. And here's a chance for Barker to settle it. Another error by the Jets. And Amy Barker makes it 3-0. Took full advantage of some sloppy play out from the back from the visiting side. And on 67 minutes, the Wanderers have secured all 3 points here. A massive, massive win for them. Still 23 minutes to go, but on the balance of play and what the Jets have been able to conjure up so far, you can't imagine they'll get back in this game. Nada and Dundas again having a little bit of afters. Here's Crofton. Dundas. Twisting and turning on the edge of the area, trying to create some space for a shot. Good challenge from Nada. Here's Zulmaya. Finds a pass to Eunice, who did so well to touch that around Threlfo. And they've played it quick, but the referee not happy with where it's been taken from. Another opportunity now for the Wanderers. Oliva makes the overlapping run, cuts it back to Koshaba. And here's Eunice now with lots of space. Talia Eunice cuts it back for Barker. And they've taken too long there. Too pedestrian from the home team. They really should have added another in that situation, or at least got a shot away on goal. Changes incoming now. Duggan and Dundas both coming off. Replaced by Mackenzie Preston Poole. And Josie Allen. Two changes for the Jets. Allen has some heavy strapping on the right knee. I'm guessing that's why she didn't start. We know the quality she has. Well done by Da Costa there. Sliding in for Gemma Ferris, who's no longer with the Wanderers, now at the Bulls. Eunice with a good run forward, finds Barker. Heavy touch from Barker. No penalty there. Good call from the referee. This will make it 4 losses on the bounce for the Jets, and for the Wanderers, they'll snap a 5-game losing streak with the win here. Da Costa reads that again. Doesn't quite come away with the ball though, and the Jets are in possession again, but Yunus this time brings that to a stop. Stajcic for Koshaba. Oliva making the overlapping run again, but won't keep that one in. Double changing coming for the home team. Looks as though Amelia Bennett is one. I think Alvina Koshaba was the other. Coming on, Estella Cameron. And Olivia Vanderlaan, that's right, with the colourful boots. All the way back to Silva. Cameron. And Yunus looked to dummy that for Vanderlaan, but the block came in. Here's Howarth. Square for Threlfo. Driscoll closed down there by Oliva. Krista Oliva dropping into the left back role, vacated by Koshaba. Vanderlaan now operating down the left wing. Zumaya, early ball, read by Howarth. Strong challenge in midfield from Howarth. Great sliding challenge there from Cameron. And Oliva will take the throw. UNSW still lead 2-1 at the Village Green. Manly have equalised against Sydney Uni. It's 1-1 now at Cromer Park. Olympic still a goal to the good against the Rams. They lead 3-2 at Linwood. Well, it's full time down the south coast between the Stingrays and the Ravens. Stingrays led there 1-0. Ravens managed to score one late on to make it 1-1 earlier in the day. Apia shared the spoils with the Bulls. And yesterday, Mount Druitt defeated Northwest Sydney Spirit 2-0. Here's a chance now for the visitors. Cross blocked. And a foul there on Da Costa. It was a good block from Chelsea Barton. Barton. Square for Nada. Now Zumaya. Oh, nice feed again, but this time well defended by Julianne Fox. Sharp for Crofton. Nice ball over the top here. And the Jets could be in. Selva comes out on the edge of the area and saves. The chance was there for the substitute, Preston Poole. It was a lovely ball over the top of the defence by Crofton. Here's Barker. Nada, early pass looking for Zumaya, but Fox again intercepting. Zumaya wins it back and is then fouled by Josie Allen. Oliva driving forward, has her pocket picked though by Crofton. Crofton was impressive that evening. I attended the RPA game, and again tonight probably one of the Jets' best as Eunice drives forward here. Talia Eunice over the bar. Hasn't really got her shooting boots on this evening, Talia Eunice, as the Jets now go back to the bench, looking to make a double change. Crofton is off. Sharp is off. Elia Kilroy is one of those to come on. There's Eunice on the edge of the area. Now Zumaya gets it on the left. Easy for the keeper. Good ball there for Preston Poole, who comes through here. Silva takes her out. And Kilroy almost got in the end of that. Again, it's not defending the best. The Wanderers, as Eunice looks to get into the box. Had the option then. Van der Laan should get the ball back. Eunice wide of the target. Took a deflection on its way. Lacey Dobson was the other substitute to come on for the Jets. And Dobson and Kilroy on in that last passage. Crofton and Sharp both coming off. And now the Wanderers have another chance from another corner. In-swinger comes in toward the far post. Keeper holds well again. Here's Van der Laan. Goes for the effort from distance, but easy pickings for the keeper. Cameron for Eunice. And Eunice now, will she find the target? Eunice just wide, the closest she's come so far this evening. Again, the Jets give the ball away so cheaply. Zumaya crosses into the area. Eunice brings it down. Still Talia Eunice, and it just won't fall for her this evening. Great save by Borchi. She was off her line so quickly to cut the angle down. Did so well to bring that down and turn inside the 6-yard box. But the Jets keeper up to the task. Gets it back again. He crosses in. Good ball into the box. Header there. Excellent goal from Barker, who gets her second. A fine header. Amy Barker has her second of the evening as well. And the Western Sydney Wanderers have their fourth. They now lead against the Jets by 4-0. A fine assist from Talia Eunice, who just can't buy a goal this evening. But the assist, perfect delivery onto the head of Amy Barker. And the Wanderers in cruise control now. The Jets, though, will continue to fight on. Here's Allen. Running at Nada, who's tiring now, but managed to stay with the substitute. Preston Poole on the turn, straight down the guts of Selva. Throw in for the Jets. Cleared away there by Da Costa. Threlfo plays it through to Bates. Now Howarth. Almost loses out to Zumaya. Barker wins that ball. Here's Zumaya driving forward into the feet of Stajcic. Square pass for Cameron. Nice football here from the Wanderers. Back across goal, Stajcic. Great pass to Barker on the hat-trick. And Annika Stajcic will claim that was a pass, but pretty sure she was trying to volley that one goalward. And Barker should have had a hat-trick there. Served on a platter for her. Ball out wide here. Kept in by Fox. Allen. Closed down by Nada. A late challenge there from Allen. Free kick goes the way of the Wanderers. Amy Barker could have been taking the match ball home had she found the back of the net on that opportunity a few moments ago. Cameron loses out. Played out wide by Kilroy. Good challenge from Oliva. Double change for the Wanderers. Stajcic will exit. As will Talia Yunus. On comes Karolina Rosinski and Talia Voskanian. And Sydney Olympic have just about won it. At Linwood, they've scored a fourth to make it 4-2 now. Cross comes in. Can the Jets get a consolation? Well held by Silva. Saw that all the way. Good goalkeeping. Free kick for the Jets. Can the Jets get a consolation? Approaching the last 5 minutes of this one now. Emma Bates will deliver the ball into the box. Cross comes in toward the near post. Cleared away now by the Wanderers. Cleared away by Barton. Van der Laan gets there. Long legs, getting ahead of the two Jets defenders as Oliva drives forward. Plays the ball across, but nobody there arriving. Away come the Jets now. Preston Poole's been impressive since coming on. Got a lot of pace, and she's won the ball back there off Barton and gets beyond Da Costa. Allen looked to curl that one into the far post. Came off the foot nicely, but not enough direction on it to find that bottom corner. Again, though, Wanderers giving away possession too easily. Now, need to be aware of that when they come up against some more experienced opponents in the next few weeks. They'll be punished for errors like those. And Julianne Fox has come off. Replaced by Charlotte Lowry. Throwing goes the way of the Jets. Barton back for Silva. Now Da Costa does well once more. Scanian for Nara. Zumaya. Good enough. Foul there on Cameron. Frustration creeping into the Jets now. Here's Zumaya. Wide for Nada. Zumaya doesn't quite get there. On a hat-trick. Here's Van der Laan. Barker also on a hat-trick. And Barker drives forward. Thought about the shot. Sprays it out wide now to Oliva, but it may have been too late. Van der Laan makes it 5. I thought Oliva may have gone offside. She didn't. Amy Barker created the space for the left back, who cut the ball back for the substitute Van der Laan. And Olivia Van der Laan comes off the bench to make it 5 for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Jamie Dibb will be very happy with the scoreline post-game here. Allen wins the corner. Jets still have time to get a consolation. Cross comes in. Oh, almost there, headed toward the back post by Lowry. Van der Laan. Loses out there. Free kick for the Wanderers. Barton for Nada. Zumaya. Oh, just didn't have enough space there to do what she intended. Throw in for the Jets. Cameron back for Zumaya, searching for Van der Laan. Nice feet from Cameron. Great turn from Van der Laan. Not many options. Switches play though. Good first touch. Barker. Will she get there to get this hat-trick? Amy Barker thwarted by Threlfo. It was a good ball from Rosinsky as well. First time pass. Manly have turned it around against Sydney. They lead 2-1. As Preston Poole comes across and Nada clears away. Oscanian to Oliva, who puts the ball into the space behind the Jets defenders, but the run didn't come from Rosinsky. It was a tough ball, in fairness, for Rosinsky to get to. NSW have come away with the spoils. Oh, what a shot that was from Van der Laan. Looking for a brace herself. Here's Cameron, gets her head up toward goal. Van der Laan couldn't wrap her foot around that one. I'm saying UNSW have come away with 3 points against Northern Tigers, a 3-2 win. That just complicates things even more in that top half of the table now. We are going to have a very exciting second half of the season in the NPL Women's New South Wales competition. It really is a competition where every game matters. Every team on their day can beat anyone. Nada driving forward, playing it out to Zumaya. Tired legs from Zumaya. That is all there will be time for, though. The full-time whistle blows here at Wanderers Football Park. The Western Sydney Wanderers come away with a 5-0 win against the Newcastle Jets, snapping a 5-match losing streak and continuing the agony for the Jets, who now lose 4 games in a row, conceding 20 goals across those 4 games. Miriam Zumaya with a brace, Amy Barker with a brace, and Olivia Van der Laan off the bench to score the 5th. Full time here at Wanderers Football Park. It's the Western Sydney Wanderers 5, Newcastle Jets 0.